This is Seth David from the world famous Nerd Enterprises Incorporated, bringing to you a brief special screencast talking about getting organized for 2012. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call me right now at 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings. We record the live session with you so you can review it as often as you like afterwards. Hi, Seth David here, and I want to talk to you about something that we often think about this time of year. It's the end of the year, and a lot of us are thinking about a lot of things. We're thinking about the holidays, family, get-togethers. Some of us are feeling lonely. Some of us are feeling excited. But one thing's for sure, a lot of us are thinking about what's happened in the past year. And especially if you're like me and you own a business, then you might be thinking about how you did this year. And then you're thinking about, how do I want to do next year? Obviously, we want to improve from one year to the next. And of course, you could run your profit and loss, which hopefully you've done by now for the year, to see how you did. But that information really isn't all that useful. I mean, aside from knowing whether or not you made or lost money, it's not really that useful much beyond that unless you have something to compare it to. So a lot of times I encourage people this time of year not just to run their profit and loss and look at the net income, but also ask yourself, what was my goal before going into this year? Did I achieve it? Did I exceed my goal? Did I come up short of my goal? And then looking at that, if I came up short, were my expectations too high? Or just trying to answer some basic questions. What happened? Why did it happen? What can I do about it going forward this year? Of course I can't change the past, but I can learn from it. So I want to look at that. I want to look at, what did I set out to do this year? Did I accomplish it? And if I did accomplish what I set out to, what did I do that made it work? What did I do right? Right? It's important. We think of taking inventory as a process of looking at the negatives, but there's also the side of it where we want to look at the positives. And we don't just take inventory of our products, we take inventory of our whole business. We take financial inventory and we say, how did we do? Now, even if you don't have a business and you're just thinking about this in terms of your personal life, it still fits. Because maybe you said, you know what, this is the year I'm going to get that promotion, or this is the year I'm going to get that next job, or the job with the better pay, or the job that's closer to home, so I can, whatever your goals were. I think it's important to think right now in terms of, did I achieve them? What were they? Did I not set goals? Because if you really, in my experience, if you really want to get ahead, if you really want to improve, if you really want to build a life for yourself that's designed by you for you, then it really means that you have to sit down and take some time to think about, what does that look like? What do I want my life to look like? And if you've never done it before, that's fine. Do it now. Think about, what do I want my life to look like by the end of 2012? What do I want my business to look like? What do I want my bank accounts to look like at the end of 2012? And then once I know what that looks like, I can work backwards and say, what's it going to take to get there? I've done videos and tutorials on a simple thing like a to-do list, where you want to work backwards in your to-do list and say, which task do I want to have completed by 5 o'clock today? And how long is that going to take? And I work backwards because then I can see if realistically I can fit everything in. And it works the same way in the bigger picture. If I want to have $1 million in the bank at the end of the year and I have $0 in the bank today, then it's going to take about $83,333 a month that I need to put away each month this year to come in order to reach that goal. Now, for many of us, that might not be a realistic goal, so we have to tone it down and say, okay, maybe I'd be happy with $100 in the bank. Okay, that's a little easier. I can put away $10 a month and actually exceed that goal very easily. So the point is figuring out where you're at in that spectrum and deciding what I want to do. And it's not just about money in the bank. It's about, again, what do I want my big picture life to look like? Maybe I want to buy a home this year. Maybe I want to do any number of things. The point is to take the time and list them. What do you want to do? Maybe your goal, and think about this for a minute, maybe your goal is very generally and very broadly to get more organized. And that's really what I want to actually talk about today, because I talk about it a lot, and I want to talk about getting more organized, because I saw a video yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I saw a video from Chris Perillo talking about going paperless, and it got me thinking. I've done a million videos on going paperless. He was talking about a scanner that he was sort of touting and saying that he liked this scanner, and an app that he uses for his phone to take scans of receipts. And I posted a comment on his video, and now I'm posting my sort of video response to his video, which is that all you need is Evernote. All you really need is 2 applications, actually, if you want to go completely paperless. And before I get into that, before I really talk about that, because I don't want this video to go on too long, I want to stress a very important point, which is the very big question, why you would even want to listen to a video or watch a video about this topic, is why do I want to do that? Why do I need to go paperless? Is it to save the environment? Sure, that's a good cause. That's a good reason to do it. But is that the most compelling? Maybe not. For some people it might be. I believe in doing anything I can to, preserve our environment and to improve it. One of my cars is a hybrid. It's the more recent one I bought, and probably every car going forward will be at least a hybrid, if not a full-on electric vehicle, because I believe in that. But some people may not care about the environment. So what's another reason for going paperless, and how does that fall under the heading of getting more organized? How is it more organized? If I have really neat files in my filing cabinet, which maybe you can see behind me, if I have really neat files in my filing cabinet, then why do I need to go paperless? I've got everything right there. And the answer very simply is I can find it faster if it's in a digital format. It's just that simple. I can find it in 2 seconds flat. Not only that, but I can't take that filing cabinet with me. Now, one of the things Chris talked about, and I want to talk about my version of it, is in terms of what do I do with receipts. Now, I've done a ton of videos on this. I use shoebox.com, and I get the envelope out, and I fill the envelope here with my receipts, and I send it in, and it's $30 a month. To me, that's nothing to spend, and I have a ton of receipts that have to get sent in every month. Every week I go through my receipts, I record them in QuickBooks if I have to, if it's something I've paid cash for. Anything that's paid for with a credit or debit card is being downloaded into QuickBooks anyway, so I don't need to worry about recording those. But sometimes I just go through and check them and make sure that they did download, make sure they're in there, and then I stuff them in the envelope. But the other thing you can do is you can use Evernote. And Evernote is a great program. And the beautiful thing about Evernote is it's got the app on the phone, right? So we've got our app on the phone. Now watch what I can do. And then I've got Evernote on the web, which you're seeing on screen here. And then I've got Evernote on my desktop. And it's all synced up together. So it's backed up on the web, and any computer that I install Evernote on has another backup of it. I've got Evernote on the computer that's behind me here. I've got another laptop in my house that's also got Evernote. So the second I put something in here, it syncs up to Evernote, and it's always there. And the beautiful thing about Evernote is it's a note. So I can write all the notes I want about that receipt, mainly with the idea in mind of putting in certain key terms, if I want them there, to make sure that it's searchable. But the great thing about Evernote is that it searches within the document. It'll search within the PDF for whatever you're looking for. And it'll also search within a JPEG if that's what's embedded. Now watch how easy this is. All right, I showed you I've got the phone. I've got a receipt here. I'm going to use Evernote's, the phone app's snapshot feature to take a snapshot of this receipt. It's so easy. And I'm just sitting here looking at it on my desk. Done. Took a snapshot. Done. So I can do this anywhere. I can be in the store. If somebody hands me a paper receipt, I can take a snapshot of it on Evernote. I can put a description in here. This is going to be Quiznos. Shh, don't tell my wife I went to Quiznos. Okay, and then I can put whatever information I want in the title. Usually what I'm going to want to know maybe is the total. So I'll put that $13.67. Thank you, Twitter. So $13.67, and maybe the date I want in there. So the date was December 10th, 2011. So I'll go to my numbers, 12, 10, 11. Next, done. The image is in there. Now watch this. All I have to do is hit save. Evernote is uploading the note. Sync has started. And in another minute, I'm going to hit sync here, and we'll see the note will come in. I have to go to my inbox here. I'm going to start the sync now. Still syncing. Okay, now I just hit the sync button. I guess I hadn't actually hit it. So now it's synced. Otherwise it does it automatically every few minutes or so. I thought it would do it right away. I think it does. But in any case, I just want you to see, boom, now it comes in. Now it's on my desktop. And if I go onto the web, It's also on the web. I just have to hit refresh on the inbox on the web. But the point being, it's everywhere. So in less than 30 seconds, any receipt I get, I can take. And I can take a snapshot right in Evernote, and it puts it in the note. And then again, I can pop this note out here, and look what I can, it's right here. It's gorgeous. Here's my note. And if I want to, if I'm using Windows, Mac users I'm sure will know what they can do. But I can right-click the image, choose Open With. I can open up with my Paint program, right? Because the image comes out kind of large, and real simple. Just click Resize, take it down to 50%. Okay. I can rotate it if I need to. This one came out just fine. I hit Save. I close Paint, and you'll see in another second it'll update here. And the next time I sync it to the web, it'll update it there, and then the next time I sync it on the other computers, it'll update it there. So you literally just need two programs, Evernote and Shoeboxed, to get more organized. And if you don't have a lot of receipts, it might be sufficient just to use Evernote. Shoebox is $30 a month. Evernote is free, or you can get the paid version for $45 a year, and you have all the features and functions that Evernote offers. I think it's worth the $45 a year. I have a lot of receipts, so it pays for me to use Shoeboxed. If you don't have a lot of receipts, just get Evernote. And then you've got everything there. And again, the beautiful thing is, and going back to the question of how does this get me more organized, because I can search for things in 2 seconds. Watch this. If I click here on All Notes, and I search for nerd budgets, boom, it comes up with 3 notes in the search results, and these are some budgets I keep. Now, this note was created a while back. It says it was created September 5th of 2011. And I suspect it wasn't actually created then. I probably just updated it and changed the created date. And you can change all this. And you can use tags to make things easy to find, so you can tag things. Here's a notebook I have with all my bills and receipts. There's my Costco renewal. And look how nicely it embeds a PDF in a note. And if I want to, I can right-click this, choose View as Attachment. And so it cuts it down to size. So now I have room here to make notes. This is my Costco renewal for 2012. So later on, if I remember, I need that receipt for when I renewed Costco for 2012, I can type a search. If I go to All Notes here and say Costco renewal, boom, Costco renewal receipt. It finds it. So this is why it's more organized, because searching through a filing cabinet filled with papers, I can guarantee you is not going to be nearly as fast as that. And for me, at the end of the day, I want to be able to find what I'm looking for fast. I don't want to have to spend time looking for something. It's a waste of time. Time is money. We've all heard and probably used that expression. But when you stop to think about what that really means, it means the more time I have to spend looking for something like a receipt or any kind of document, the less time I can spend focused on income-producing activities. Or, if this is what you're looking for, the less time I have to spend with my family and loved ones, very literally. Because if I have to spend that much extra time in my office, because, looking for one document might not seem like a lot, but now I add up all the time I have to spend looking for every document that I ever have to look for. If I can't type a search somewhere like in Evernote to find that document in 2 seconds, and I have to spend time thumbing through papers to find something, it adds up. All that time adds up, and it decreases my efficiency and it decreases my productivity. And for me, it's all about increasing efficiency and productivity, so you can do essentially one of two things that I think all of us really want to do at the end of the day. We want to earn more money, and we want to spend less time having to do it so that we can have more time with our family and loved ones. I know that's my goal. I want more downtime so I can enjoy more of my time with my wife and my dogs. I don't know about you, but I imagine you have a family and people you'd rather be spending your time with rather than having to work all the time. So the point being, the more organized I can get, the more I can do to cut down on the time I have to spend looking for things and searching for things and getting organized. It's all here for me. It's all in Evernote everywhere I go. And if this computer crashes, doesn't matter. I just install Evernote on a new computer and boom, everything will come in. It might take a couple hours if I've got a lot of notes, but it'll all come in, it'll all sync up. I will never lose a single document. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any questions, email me, Seth@nerdenterprises.com. Visit me on the web at www.nerdenterprises.com. From here you can get to all of my websites. Visit my knowledge store. I've got full-length videos here that can really help you boost productivity and really help you save time and money. So visit my knowledge store here and see which classes appeal to you. If you're looking for something, email me, let me know what you're looking for. I'll tell you exactly where to go to find it. And don't forget to come over to Facebook and search for Nerd Enterprises Inc. and like my Facebook page. Love to have your likes. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know what you're thinking, what questions you have, what you would like to see more of on the web. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you on the web. This has been a special presentation brought to you by Nerd Enterprises Incorporated on getting organized for 2012. Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call me right now at 866-945-8070 for information about private trainings. We log in with you remotely. You can share your screen with us, and we always record the live session with you so you can review it as often as you like afterwards.